How do I share it? Where's it at? Okay.
Your business idea needs a website, so go to Wix.com. Another Wix ad. But before you... Your business idea needs a website, so go to Wix.com. Another Wix ad.
Share Facebook. Ready to go. Stop the video. All right, hear me?
Yup. What's good, everybody? What's good? You know who it is. It's Big Game James, BGJ. You know how we do. You know I'll be getting them fire interviews, and I got another guy coming right on here. I've been chopping it up. I've been watching him from afar, and I've been respecting him from afar. And I love how he just be don't caring sometimes. I be watching you on Twitter, dog, and I love how you be going nuts on Twitter, and I be feeling it. So I said, you know what? I got to get this dude on here because I just love how he just be talking trash on Twitter. And I'm like, I need to get him on. I got my guy. Well, he ain't my guy, but he could be my guy later on, so we'll see what happens with that. My guy, Jeff Cavanaugh from 105.3 The Fan. We're going to talk a little draft talk, a couple picks. What's good, dog?
Oh, I'm just hanging out with my actual dog. But I could be your guy. I mean, depending on what that means, and not
that means my homeboy. You know, like you know, that's my dog. That's my dog. Like Smokey, that's my dog. That one.
Yes, that's me. That is exactly me.
Okay, hey, and now I'm going to just tell you right here, right quick, Jeff, when I get donations, I got to shout them out. Donation. Hey, ho, I got a $10 holla. Ron came through because I gave you that wrench, big dog, and he came through with the $10 holla. I appreciate you, big dog. I love you for it. But let's jump in here because Jeff said I only got a little bit of time, dog, so we got to get in, get out. So I said, okay, I need to school me on the draft. So what's good? Let's jump right into it, all right? So I watched a little bit of your show the other day, okay? And you were talking about possible first-round picks, and you came with the safety that everybody's talking about that could be the possible 17th pick for the Cowboys, Grant Delpit, okay? Now, before we jump on him, okay, I need somebody else outside of here because I'm on the Jamal Adams train, Jeff. I'm hard. Okay. Yeah, I'm hard on the train because you know what? That's another LSU boy, and I love him. I love the passion. I know everybody talking about, man, Jay, he going to cut too much money. He going to cut 31st round pick. Yeah. I don't care. I love him, and I want him here. He 24. He loved Dallas. He from Dallas. You can make it happen unless the Jets start crazy. Now tell me, am I crazy for one Jamal Adams, big dog?
No, you're not crazy because here's the thing. Even with like when I talk about LSU safety Grant Delpit or whoever, there's a lot that goes into it with an NFL team, obviously, because there is the salary cap. They do have a bunch of high-paid guys. They are about to pay a bunch more guys. So how do you get Jamal Adams? You give up your first-round pick, and let's pretend that that's enough. Is Jamal Adams going to be a better player than whoever you pick at 17? Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty slim chance that you're going to get a better player than Jamal at 17. So from that perspective, no, I totally get it. We got to make it work money-wise. We could, and NFL teams can do that. You can move stuff around. You can credit card it up. You can move money back and hope that nobody ever gets hurt or retires on you. But no, you're not crazy to like him. I mean, I'd be fine with it. I think I'd get really excited about it because I would just put the team builder inside of me down. I'd just be like, shut up and enjoy it. You have an awesome player. Because, I mean, imagine the difference from Jeff Heath to Jamal Adams.
I mean, you feel me? I mean, here's my thing, Jeff. We understand that the safety position has been neglected for a long time, okay? We understand that. But, I mean, I understand that the younger guys are going to be cheaper. I mean, they're going to be younger. They're going to be cheaper. I understand that. But they also are still unproven on the NFL level. You can say they're a surefire pick, but we don't know. With my guy Jamal Adams, I know. And like I said, they gave up a first-round pick for Amari Cooper. I think that worked out so far pretty good. So why would it kill you to give up another first-round pick for a guy who's a first-team All-Pro, second-team All-Pro last year and is an absolute monster dog?
Yeah, and it wouldn't kill you, and like you can't. The tough part is you can't do that every year. Where it's like, I can just turn a first-round pick into a star player and pay him because you do run out of money.
Right.
But at the same time, there's definitely an element of the name of the game is acquire great players, and Jamal Adams is a great player. So you figure out who you can keep and who you can't, and you can absolutely prioritize Jamal Adams and figure out later who you're not going to prioritize and how you're going to build your team. I'm not opposed. I'm usually on team give me 5 cheap years of somebody over give that up for a player. But I think Jamal Adams is really important at a spot that they're really bad at. And if you can make that thing work and worry about the salary cap later, sure. Like you said earlier, it's not my money.
I mean, it ain't my money either. And they figure it out any other time. I think they could. And, I mean, I think just looking at right now, I looked at the cap. I think Cowboys have released $80 million on the cap right now. Does that money that I saw like $18 million from 2019, does that roll over to 2020?
Yes, I think the number is like 80, and they do have rollover money. Now, this is before Dak, before Amari, before, if you want Byron or Robert Quinn, and let's just say you want all 4, that's, so for Dak, 35, for Amari, 20, that's 55, Quinn will call 10 to 12, that's 65 to 67, Byron will call 12 to 14, that's 80 million.
Now let me ask you this, though. If you're signing these guys to the long-term deals, doesn't that drop the money down? So, like I said, so if you have a Dak Prescott and you get that deal done, does that drop the cap down and then you can attack Amari and those other guys because now you keep that money free instead of hitting them on that 1 year where it eats up all the cap? You
can, and the reason that – this is what they do. This is what teams do. They manipulate the cap like that, right? Like you sign – let's say you sign Dak for $35 million a year for 6 years.
Right.
The first year, it would probably only count as like $18 million, which means one of these years it's going to count for $40-something million because it doesn't go away, but they do usually structure it where you spread out the bonus, and so the first year is low, and then what you would be doing is you and I would be saying we're going to add Jamal Adams, we're going to keep all the guys that we need. If we have a chance to add somebody else, we're going to add them. And these first year numbers are going to be pretty low, but they're all going to have guaranteed money. You're not going to be able to get out of these deals. And 2 years from now, and 3 years from now, and 4 years from now, those numbers will be bigger than the average annual salary. And we're going to have to start lopping heads off of the roster, and we're going to have to start getting rid of people and finding money. But a lot of teams do that. You fly year by year, and next year you figure it out. You'd be like, all right, who makes money? Are you good enough to still be here? How much guaranteed money's left? Can I get rid of you? And that's the name of the game at all times. And you can fit any one player. If you love Jamal Adams, you want to figure out how to make it fit, you can make it fit. It runs out eventually. But if you're just talking about during one off season, one player, you can make it work.
Well, you know what? I say make that work. I don't care what anybody say. Make it work. You know what? Don't get mad at me. I don't care. I love Jamal Adams. I want him. But let's say the Cowboys don't get Jamal Adams, and now we're just jumping in the draft and we're talking about draftable players. All right, so we got the 17th pick, and I was looking at a few players. I'm still not all the way up on it, but the sexy pick or the name that's been jumping out there, and I believe you said you would go with him at the 17th pick, is safety Grant Delpit. Now, is he a legit 6'3"? Because when I watched him on tape, he does look like he's a tall guy. You think he's a legit 6'3"?
I doubt he's 6'3". I bet, and man, the size of people in college athletics is hilarious because I think you get to pick your own.
I know.
Either you get to pick your own or they just add a couple inches, unless you are 6'3". If you're 6'3", you get to be 6'3".
Right.
If you're 5'11", you're 6'1". If you're 6'4", you're 6'2". So he's probably like 6'1",
That's why I'm thinking
205.
Right.
Yeah, he's probably something like that.
All right, so why do you like Grant Delpit? I watched a lot of the tape of his today. The things that stood out to me about Grant, good hips, can turn and open those hips and go with the receivers. Very fluid. Now, he was getting a lot of flack for the tackling, but, I mean, he was looking pretty good for the tackling with me. Looks like he'll lay the boom on you, aggressive, instinctual, and has good range. I've seen a few plays where, I mean, it looked like he was like 10 yards away and he had some good closing speed. Those are things that really attracted me. As far as Jamal Adams when he was coming out of LSU and then Delpit when he was coming out of LSU, who do you think is the better prospect?
Jamal Adams. I think Jamal Adams, when he came out in that draft, he was probably my third player on the board.
Okay.
The only thing that hurt Jamal Adams, I mean, he's a great player, is he was never a great cover guy.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, the dude could have played linebacker, blitz, play either safety spot. He could have done almost anything. I think Delpit's probably a more natural cover guy.
Mm-hmm.
But Jamal Adams he was an enforcer.
Right.
He's making tackles for loss. He's sacking the quarterback. He's forcing fumbles. Mm-hmm. That dude flew everywhere. He was an awesome prospect. Mm-hmm. Whereas Delpit, I think he got a good scout's eye on it with a lot of those things. With Delpit, it's what really draws me to him is those coverage instincts.
Okay.
Like he's a guy that's sitting back there and he's seeing what the quarterback's doing. He's seeing what's happening in front of him, and he's going to put himself in the right spot to make plays, whether it's man coverage, whether it's zone coverage. He's going to put himself – he almost had a pick in the national championship game when they had the PI on the corner who was cheating.
Right.
But, I think he's a good player. I think he's also one of those guys that – if you want to really like him, you almost have to watch 2 years of tape. Because this year, for the first 2/3 of the year, he was fighting a bum ankle. He had a shoulder thing going on. So he did miss tackles this year. But I don't think he's a bad tackler. I don't think he's a great tackler. Mm-hmm. But he's willing. He's definitely willing. He'll throw his head in there. But he's one of those guys that kind of wants to be in control of the hit. If a guy's running a slant and he can kind of line him up, he will deliver a blow. Mm-hmm. But he misses some tackles. But I think what overcomes that for him is just that ability as a deep guy to diagnose what's happening, to go get interceptions. You watched him force a fumble in the national title game. Mm-hmm. He's a capable blitzer. I think he's a good prospect. I thought Jamal Adams was a phenomenal prospect.
Right, and that's what I said to myself. And that's what I said on my page, and that's what I said out there. I said, hey, I like Delpit, but I think he's good. I don't know if he's great. You know what I'm saying? And here's something else that stood out to me, Jeff. Is he a strong safety? Because you got Xavier Woods. That's the free. That's my quandary. That's reason why I want Jamal Adams. Too many times they flex and have the mix match and flip flop these positions. We ain't never had a true strong safety that can do things, and he's not a strong safety. So why would you draft him, Jeff, at 17 when you already got a free safety in Xavier Woods?
I would do it because I think Jamal Adams might be an exception to the rule here because he's an all-pro and he's freaking awesome. And he can actually cover. But for a lot of strong safeties, you're really talking about a tackler. That's kind of what a strong safety does. And I would rather have two guys that are capable tacklers that are cover guys. Mm-hmm. Because to me, coverage is the most important thing. And so if I take Xavier Woods and I take Jamal Adams, well, I could really line up, and they did this with Heath and Woods. It just wasn't a good idea because Heath wasn't very good at either spot.
Right.
Where sometimes Woods is dropping, sometimes Heath is dropping, and they're mixing it up. Mm-hmm. On third downs, a lot of times it would be Woods coming down because they wanted him to jump the crossing routes and make plays. And I think if you have two guys who are capable of playing free but can also tackle, then I can mix it up. I'm not as worried about you finding mismatches where you're finding a tight end on my strong safety or a running back that you think is a mismatch or a slot guy that you get lined up on him. I would love to have two safeties that can cover. And I think you got to be careful on saying I don't want to do whatever because of this player, in this case Xavier Woods, who has 1 year left on his deal. I don't know if he's going to be a guy that's going to be here long term or if you take your 4 years of cheap service and move on.
Right.
So I'm not scared of taking a free safety because I think Woods can play both as long as the other guy can play both. And I think Delpit can.
Well, see, here's my problem with Woods, and I really liked Woods when he came out of college. I mean, he was a guy that was picking the ball out the air. I mean, he had 14 total interceptions. I think he had 6 his last year of college. And you can see, you saw the playmaking ability even this year. I mean, I saw it in camp this year. I saw a lot of playmaking ability. But my problem with Woods is the problems that he had in college. They were saying he wanted to lay the boom on people, didn't want to wrap up, started taking bad angles toward the end of the year. That's my issue with Woods, because if you can mismatch him too many times, he was missing a lot of tackles, and a lot of times he's trying to go for the big hit. And that's why I really want him to be able to roam and have a guy that's strictly, not saying a box safety, I want a guy that can have some range, and I think that's the only quandary I have with Delpit, because, yeah, you can mix and match them, but are we going to have a real physical presence on that back end?
Yeah, I wouldn't fight you on what is the perfect fit. The perfect fit is somebody like Jamal Adams, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason that the name Delpit comes up is because they haven't needed at least one of the safety spots. He'll probably be the first safety off the board, and the Cowboys love being able to pick the first guy at a position,
right,
saying, oh, I got the best whatever in this draft. But to your point, the right fit would be a dominant, strong safety. Jamal Adams is the perfect fit. It's just a matter of then saying, okay, are we comfortable with the money?
Right. Well, you know what? I mean, sometimes you got to do it. This is the reason why I say that, and that's why I keep on going on Jamal Adams, because if you look at who he hired, Mike McCarthy, and then you see who he's bringing in on his staff, I don't see rookies. I don't see rookie coaches. I see veteran coaches. And when I look at the team, I see them at an average age around 26, and a lot of these guys are in their prime years, and I think this team is in a win-now mode. And so that's the reason why I said push this trade, because – you get Delpit, yeah, he could be good, but you don't know. And you're still could be sitting there, oh, well, we're waiting another year or 2 years, where you got a guy that's coming in right now, and then you're a win-now mode. That's the reason why Jerry Jones went with Mike McCarthy, because he didn't want to wait on no college coach. He didn't want him to get your feet wet, wait 2 years, and the next thing you know, our prime years of our players are gone. You're wasted. And so that's the reason why I keep bringing that up. But why would you pick Delpit over McKinney from Alabama, who's out there as well? Because he's one of the guys that they've been talked about as well. Why would you take him over that?
And Xavier McKinney might have better tape this year than Grant Delpit does. I think, again, I've got to go back and kind of count the 2018 tape for Delpit to make his case. I think you watch him play Auburn, you watch him play Arkansas, you just watch him. He's such a natural, if it's in zone, if it's baiting, if it's coming forward, if it's going backwards. Whereas Xavier McKinney, I think I'm curious to see how athletic he is at the combine, but he's kind of the opposite. He's kind of in the Jamal Adams mold. And when I say mold, I'm not saying he's Jamal Adams, but I'm saying that's your sure tackler. That's a guy that wants to be an enforcer. Xavier McKinney wants to hit you. Nick Saban is not having you miss tackles and be on his football team.
Right.
So I like him in that pick. I would be okay with at 17 also. By the time we get there, neither one of them might be my top choice at that spot, but they're in a weird spot where you're working through – because you can almost eliminate some positions where it's like, well, this is an offensive tackle heavy draft. Are they really going to use their first pick, as you said, in a win-now season for a guy that they hope doesn't touch the field? No. So we can probably discount tackles. We can discount running backs and quarterbacks. And so maybe I'll find a defensive lineman that I would like at that pick. But with such a need at safety, I think Xavier McKinney's name is a good one to come up because he is the best strong safety in this draft. That dude wants to hurt you. And he's fun to watch.
Right.
I just don't think he's as natural of a cover guy, and I don't think he's as instinctual when it comes to knowing what the team is trying to do, knowing what route combinations they're trying to pull. Like Delpit will leave his responsibility to go intercept a pass.
Right, he will.
Because he knows what's happening and he knows it's going to be okay.
Right.
Whereas Xavier McKinney, to me, he's more of that downhill. If you run a crosser, you better have your head on a swivel. And if you're a running back, you better run behind your pads because he wants to hurt you.
I feel you. Now, I've been listening to the feed and looking to some people talking. What do you think about Donovan Wilson? We didn't even get to see him on the field. What do you think about Donovan Wilson? Can he be any kind of a player?
I hope. I think that's the tough part to know. The Cowboys are bringing in a new secondary coach who has experience with him, obviously, from Texas A&M.
Right.
And with Wilson, camp was good.
Mm-hmm.
Came out of nowhere in training camp.
Right.
Remember they brought in, what was the old veteran guy's name? The old dude that they brought in that we thought.
George Iocca.
Yes.
Right.
So they brought him in, and it was like, oh, okay, he's going to compete with Heath. But Donovan Wilson took his snaps immediately. It was like, holy cow, what's wrong with this kid?
You're right.
And in the preseason games, he was great. But I wonder why over the course of the season when Heath had struggles, I know Wilson was hurt early, but when he was healthy, I was always wondering, like, are they going to give him a shot?
Why wouldn't they give him a shot?
Right. And that's why we don't know. Is it something that they saw in practice? Did they not think he was ready? Or was it a coaching staff that's loyal to what they know, which we know that's.
I think that's what it was. I think that's what it was personally.
In your dream world, Donovan Wilson's ready to start.
Right.
And then we can talk about, holy cow, we filled that without having to use a pick, without having to trade the pick to bring somebody in.
Right.
The dream would be that would be another 6th-round safety playing with Xavier Woods.
Right.
And your safeties, you get decent play there for peanuts. That would be the dream.
That's the dream. I mean, that's the California dream, and I'm super I'm surfing on surfboards if that's for real. But hey, so let's say we knocking out safeties. Do the Cowboys have any chance of Isaiah Simmons?
No. No. Somebody
said no. With Luke Kuechly retiring, that's pretty much done, right?
I want to see where he
ends trade up.
I can see Isaiah Simmons going 4th.
Okay.
I can see him going as high as 4 because I think
he's a dog.
Oh God, he's so good.
He's a dog.
What can't he do?
He's a dog.
That dude lined up, even in the national title game alone, he lined up at this slot corner, that slot corner, this linebacker,
and he's big as shit.
Spy, yeah, he's 6. He's not 6'3", 230, and he can play anything. I've had people ask me, well, what does he play in the NFL? He's a tweener. And I'm like, he plays, if your D coordinator can't figure it out, fire your coordinator.
Exactly.
That's what he plays.
Put him anywhere you want.
You play nickel or dime and play him a linebacker. In base, you want to play him a strong safety or a linebacker? I don't care. You want to blitz him? Great. You want to spy a quarterback? Great. I can't see him getting out of the top 10, and I can see him going as high as 4, maybe probably 4, because I would imagine it goes Burrow, Chase Young, somebody either trades up for a quarterback, and you've got
what about your boy from Ohio State? Yeah, I was about to say, you like him.
I could see Okudah 3 and him 4, but that's without counting quarterback. Somebody's going to trade up for a quarterback. But Isaiah Simmons didn't get out of the top 10. If he did, I would hope that the Cowboys, we start seeing in the war room like 8 people on a phone, like how the heck are we going to go get this guy?
Right.
Because he solves your strong safety problem, and he gives you a dude
flex position.
Yeah, you have a linebacker that's hurt? Go. We'll just move our safety down because he can cover, he can hit, he can play the run, he can blitz. There's nothing he can't do.
Yeah, I like him a lot. Okay, so I had a few people, and I've seen one of your tweets, and I'm going to bring this guy up at the 17th pick too because I think he might be gaining steam. Now, they got Tom Sula. You got Mike Nolan. Real quick, do you think they're going to go to a 3-4?
It's hard for me to commit to the answer of yes, although a big part of me is just screaming at me, yes, they are, because to me at a press conference, it's really easy when you're asked, hey, you guys going to do a 4-3 or a 3-4? When it's been a 4-3 team forever, to just be like, well, you guys know what we do around here. That's what our players do. But then Will McClay's doing an interview in San Antonio talking about, well, if it doesn't matter if we did, DeMarcus Lawrence could play in any defense, and they're talking around it.
Right.
Like either they don't know yet, or there's a change coming that they're just not going to tell us yet.
I don't understand that though, Jeff, because when Bill Parcells came in, and we were in the 4th room when Bill Parcells came in, he said immediately, we're going to a 3-4. And that's what kind of threw me off because usually I think when you're a coach, you kind of know what you're coming at. You already kind of know what you're going to do. And for him to be so vague and we're still sitting there thinking, that's what's kind of frustrating to me because when Parcells and those other guys, when Rex Ryan came in, not Rex Ryan, Rob Ryan. I don't know. One of them damn brothers. The big boy. When he came in, it was 3-4.
Foot fetish. Oh, wait, no, that was Rex.
Okay, so.
Rex is the foot guy. Rob
right.
was
So when they came in, though, it was a 3-4. So that's what I'm kind of confused at. Well, what's really going on here?
Well, and I think it makes it harder because today in the NFL, you can have guys where they don't really have to commit to one, where you can say, we're going to do whatever we want on that play. Sometimes we'll have 3 defensive linemen. Sometimes we'll have 4. And right now, their roster isn't locked into anything. Because in the front of your mind, it's like, wait, they're a 4-3 team. It's what they're built for. How could you change it? Mm-hmm. And it's like, all right, we'll go through how many guys are free agents now and how many guys are still on the roster and tell me what you can't do. The guys you know are on the team are 3 of the corners, Tank, Jalen, Van Der Esch. That's about it. Other than that, it's
You think Van Der Esch is coming back, though?
I hope. The good news is that I'll get to have my freak out moment when they have their very first offseason activity, because what they're saying is he's going to have the surgery and he'll be full go in the offseason. He'll be ready to go.
I don't trust it, Jeff.
Right. So if we get there and they pull that BS where he's not working out yet and they're like, well, there's no reason to rush it back.
Dog, you already know.
Like, you guys are liars.
Yeah, dog. Come on. Jeff, it's a neck. Jeff, it's a neck, dog. I'm not saying this is the same. It's a neck. I don't care. Like I had Patrick Walker on here. He said he talked to other people and they said everything. I just don't believe it. You a linebacker, and we saw when he got hurt. We saw how he played. He didn't play normal because he was thinking about that neck. And who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? You're 20-something years old. Who wouldn't think about your neck when you go on attacking people? You get what I'm saying? I just don't believe that, and I'm a little nervous about him coming back.
I think a lot of people are just naturally positive. And I think I love Pat. Pat's a positive dude. And then other people are very skeptical and very cynical. And with the Cowboys, a lot of times it's for a good reason. They tell you people are fine right up until they have microfracture surgery. I remember that. I called that surgery. I was like, guys, I'll tell you what he had. And they waited, and then it's like a week after the surgery, and they're like, oh, a little microfracture. I'm like, little?
you ain't playing no more with the, what? Microfracture, Terry Glenn? Oh, when I heard that, it's over. Anthony Spencer, when I heard that, it's over.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Hey, Bobby Belt said he loves you.
Tell Bobby Belt to shut up and mind his own business. Bobby Belt's a monster. Anybody who's on Twitter, make sure you're following him because that dude's got sources. That dude is a worker. That dude,
he's got information upon information upon information.
Yeah, I mean, just that dude's a grinder, and I don't mean the app.
For sure. All right.
But if he's not, I wouldn't judge.
I feel you. All right, so we talked about the safety position. Now, there's a guy that's been getting some steam, and a lot of people have been mentioning him. I like him because that dude just gets around. Is it Javon Kinlaw?
Yes. Before we you called me or I called you. That's who I was studying.
Mm-hmm. Could he go to 17?
I'll take him.
You take him at 17?
I think that's right around where he goes. I think he goes somewhere.
Would you take him over Delpit?
I'm not done yet. But
he look good though. 6'6", 310. But he's not. To me, he's a big body. But I said we need fat boys.
Yeah, and he's not a fat boy.
He's not a fat boy.
If you want a fat boy, I've already found some fat boys. But he's not a nose tackle. But he's also not one of those 3 techniques that gets punked. Mm-hmm. Like, he's not one of those 300-pounders that gets pushed around. Mm-hmm. You'll find some of those in this draft. Heck, they found one last year, right? They found a guy that can get pushed around. He's one of the guys that's strong enough to hold up in there, but he's not one of those guys that you're going to be like, oh, he can fight a double team. And
right.
No, he'd be more of a penetrator. But he's a first-round talent for sure. And if I'm building this team pretending Tristan Hill doesn't exist. And I've had people be like, well, they used a second-round pick, and Malik Collins is going to be gone. He's your starter. Well, I'm not just going to sit here and hope, and that's going to be my goal for the season is, I picked him, so he's going to be good. I'm building the team as if you don't exist. And if you make the team and you make the rotation, great. But so for me, it'll be whichever one, when I get done with the whole draft prepping process, whichever one I think is the better player, I'd be ready to pick. If my best guy on the board is a D-end, is a D-tackle, is a safety, is a corner, I'll pick him. If it's a receiver, I'll pick him. I don't think they will, but I would. I think those are probably the positions we're locking in on.
Okay. All right. But, I mean, I do like him, but I like the fat boys, and I feel like when you had Tom Sula and he was over at Washington, he got big boys, okay? And now I feel like the philosophy has changed from Ron Marinelli, who likes those flex guys, okay? And now you want some fat boys in there, and I think, I said the fat boys are back, and they can never be whacked. The fat boys are back. Bringing the fat boys. We need fat boys, dog. And here's a fat boy that I do like, and I'm just going to ask you because we're going to jump to the second round because I know you got to get out of here, so we're going to jump to the second round right quick. So the second round pick I listened to, you said you were went over Dan. Is it Brugler?
Brugler. Dane Brugler.
I don't want to mess up.
Yeah, Dane Brugler is the best draft guy in the country.
Bar none. He's answered me last few years. He's so good. He's so meticulous in what he does. He gets
it's
me.
What he does all day, every day.
All day. He just like
Dane is a pathetic loser. He wakes up, and then he finds out the backstory of North Carolina A&T's second string tight end and his family life, and it's insane.
It's crazy how he has it, but I love it. So he brought up a guy that you mentioned him on the 51st pick. I don't know if I'm saying this name right. Justin Matabuke?
Well, if Bobby Belt's still watching, he can give us the pronunciation. He texted me yesterday, and I already forgot it. Matabuke. Matabuke?
Matabuke.
Something like that.
He said he could be the second-round pick. Now, when I looked at it, though, that's 6'2", 304, and I watched his tape. I mean, he's strong. He looks strong. Big muscle, big guy, but he ain't like fat, though. And I seen him in a few games. He got pushed around a little bit. I'm sorry. I like fat boys right now. I'm a slim dude, but I want fat boys on the team. We ain't had fat boys in a long time. We need some fat boys. So
he's not going to be a fat boy either. You're right. He's another guy that, so right now on my little NFL draft board that I'm building, Javon Kinlaw, I have his first-round grade as a 3 technique. Matabuke. I'm never going to get that name right. I'll have it right back.
We'll just call him Kabuki. If you ever watch WWF, Kabuki through the smoke.
Kabuki is my second-round graded 3 technique, and then Neville Gallimore from OU is my third-round graded 3 technique. Problem is the 1 techniques, the fat boys. Mm-hmm. The first one I watched obviously was Derek Brown at Auburn. You can't have him. He's going to go in the top 10.
Right.
There's a dude at Utah.
That's who I was about to bring up.
Yes, I haven't studied his tape yet, but I've seen him play. So yeah, you might be on track. We just got to figure out where we got to pick him. Whether it's
6'5", 335, big dog. Any Polynesian, you know how they lift trees. They lift trees.
You want to know the Vita Vea, fat boys?
Yes, he lifts trees. You know them Polynesians, they lift trees. They naturally strong, dog. What Polynesian or any of them guys you seen coming to the NFL and they play them tackle positions are weak? They have good long careers.
Yeah.
What's his name? Last name? I mean, your boy that played with the Ravens, and then he went over to. Yes.
It's a trivia game. Okay, who's next? There's going to be Baylor's got a fat boy that I got to watch his tape too. I'm early on. I've only watched about 20 guys, but Baylor's got a real nose tackle. Utah's got a real nose tackle. We'll find guys, and I'll pop on your show once in a while. I need people who are watching to pop on and subscribe to my YouTube channel too.
Hey, we love the plug. We love the plug. You better give my plug too.
Big game, James. Greatest of all time.
I love it.
All he wants is a fat boy.
A fat boy.
And Jamal Adams.
Fat boy Jamal Adams. That's not reasonable. That's very reasonable.
These are reasonable.
They
are. So I'll find you a fat boy. I don't have the exact name for you yet, but I know that Utah's got the fat boy. I know that Baylor's got the fat boy. TCU, I think, has a fat boy. We'll find a fat guy.
Okay. Well, I like that we're going to find a fat boy. Now, before I let you off here, I want to ask you something on the offensive side of the ball right quick, okay? Hey, ho, I got a woo. Hold up, Jeff. See how you bring the bread. Ron Smith comes with the 10. Yeah, he comes with the $10 holla. BGJ, he said, and he from Utah, so he said bring the fat boy. And then I come back with the Stelios 300 with the $20 holla donation for Silver and Blue Nation. You know the name, Big Game James. See, Jeff, they said, you know the name, Big Game James. I'm just letting you know. So when you go to bed tonight, Big Game James. Just letting you know, all right?
This is my fat man scramble dance.
I love it. I love it. But real quick before I let you off, because you said you got to do some math stuff. I get it. I got it. And I appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much for coming on and blessing me with your time. On the offensive side of the ball, okay, receivers, you said you would go out of your on a limb and go one in the first round. Now, I'm talking receivers, even tight ends. Do you like, if Thaddeus Moss declares and goes pro, do you feel that if he's available and then maybe like a third round, let's say just hypothetically, would you go snatch him up?
Whew, I would want to just to get Randy at the games. And then,
like
if you got
him,
to the, because then if you got to the playoffs, Randy could suit up too.
Would Blake Jarwin?
No, I haven't studied him like that, but watching LSU this year, I feel like I really got to study him before I can start talking about rounds, because they had Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, so he didn't get a ton of balls thrown his way. But I like him as a guy that's sort of maybe not even a traditional inline tight end, because they'll kind of move around a little bit, use him as a wing guy. They'll put him in a slot. They'll move him around. So I like that big body, sure-handed. He looks like he's pretty athletic. So, yeah, I'm interested. We could go ahead and retire Witt, and we could go ahead and let Jarwin be the starter. And I'd love to take Moss as your kind of guy that you want to take a look at, develop, maybe have a second tight end and see what he's got.
And does Jason Witt need to retire?
Yeah.
Say it one more time.
Yeah.
Say it louder.
Jason needs to retire.
Thank you.
Jason has a lot of fans. I'm not going to say it loud. You're insane.
Hey, I don't care. See, I lost a lot of fans. See, a lot of people beat the hell out of me because I've been on Jason Witten. I've been going ham on him. Okay, I get it. But you know what? It's over. It's over, dog. It's over.
Well, I will tell you that's very healthy. My therapist thinks it's unhealthy that I have a need to be liked. And so I try not to talk bad about Jason Witten because I want to be liked. Mm-hmm. Sweet man, you know? We talk about guys who have overcome a lot in their life. Jason Witten overcame a lot in his life to be a success, and I love that man. He's one of the sweetest men of all time, one of the hardest workers of all time. Hang him up! Everybody gets washed at some point. That's the way it goes. He's washed.
It's washed. It's over. It's time to go. Hey ho, 499. Hey ho, 499. Holla. Donation. He said, "Welcome to the show, Jeffrey. Let's go get a damn playmaker at 17. Don't care what his lamb last name is."
Did you say his name is Lamb? I like that. Steve Lamb.
Man.
Did you just get a donation for hating on Witten?
Yeah, I dog. You bringing the money to me. Say, you bringing it here. You don't understand? You're bringing it here. Just letting you know.
I don't support donating money as soon as we trash Witten. I don't support that.
Well, I don't care.
That's not right.
I don't care what you support on this. It's coming here, and that's what we got to do. You understand that?
He's got to eat. Hey, take a wide receiver at 17. You know what I'm saying?
Don't you do that. If you do that, hey, don't you speak that in the air, dog. Don't you speak that? Don't speak that in the air, because that means you. Listen, Jeff. If you're telling me you do that, then Amari Cooper's gone, and I don't want to really see that.
No, see, you're not hearing the master plan.
Talk to me the master plan. Give me the master plan, and I'm gonna let you go.
This is the master plan.
All right.
You tag Amari, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Franchise tag. Amari, you get to make $20 million this year. That is a fine living. Congratulations. You earned it.
Mm-hmm.
Randall Cobb gets a deal somewhere else that the Cowboys don't want to match, and he's gone. And, that's tough. We lost our slot guy. And then you're watching the draft happen, and CeeDee Lamb's gone from Oklahoma, and you're like, oh, man, he's awesome. And then Jerry Jeudy's gone. And you're like, oh, man, he's awesome, and he's gone. And then you get to 17, and you pick Henry Ruggs, and now you've got Cooper, Gallup, and the fastest man on planet Earth is there in the slot. Sometimes Cooper's in the slot, and you're out here. And now what do you got? This dude who's going, and nobody can cover him, so you have to have the safety watching him with the dude cover him. And now Amari's getting single coverage because you got a rookie who runs a 4.2 blurring down the field. And then if Ruggs is super good, by the end of next year, you realize maybe I don't need to spend $20 million on Amari because Gallup's come along nicely. Ruggs is a baller, and now you're just winning all the Super Bowls. What about that? 40 burgers. I'm here to score 40.
Hey, okay. You know what? I'm going to give you that
Who's
one.
going to get Big James for 40 burgers? Let's get the 40 burgers.
That sounded good, and I'm going to let it marinate on my brain. I'm going to let it marinate just because I kind of like you. I kind of like you, so I'm going to let the receiver thing marinate on my brain because I kind of like you. So I'll roll with that. Hey, bro. I appreciate you jumping on here. You said you got to do your Mavs talk, so go do your thing. Thank you very much. Hey, you're going to have to come on here or you're going to have to bring me on your show. We boys now. I don't give a hell what you say. We boys. We boys. Okay? So just remember.
We got donations as a team. And
you feel me?
Venmoed me half of it. And so, yeah.
Yeah, I got you. You know what I'm saying? I'll jump on there. But, hey, man, I appreciate you, dog. I appreciate the good knowledge that you gave me. We'll holler again. Definitely when we get closer to the draft, I'd definitely like to have you back on because then we talked about the first couple picks. Then we can go through maybe a little bit of the late round picks, some good gems that you may find, Senior Bowl, Shrine Bowl, things of that nature. So I really appreciate you jumping on. Hey, have a good time. Thank you very much. I'm going to still talk a little bit after Jeff drops off, so don't be trying to drop off because I know y'all be trying to, as soon as I say, hey, it's almost over, I see like 20 people dropping. Don't do that. It's going to be a problem. All right? So
I'll be back. I love it. I'll be back. We'll do this again.
Hey, I appreciate you, dog. Have a good day.
Right.
Love you, dog. All right. All right. Hey, ho. I got the hollers today. I thank you very much. I had to jump on here right quick, but you know what? Wifey said, you're going to do your interview, and then you're going to get the hell off the air. Because you talked too long last night. It was like midnight, and I was in the bed, and we're not gonna do that again tonight. She said, "I like that you doing it at 9 o'clock because that means that's not gonna be a long show tonight." That's what she told me. That's what she said. It ain't gonna be a long show tonight. All right, so I said, okay. So guess what? I feel you. Wifey runs it. I don't. So I had to listen to her. But I appreciate all y'all jumping in, and guess what? Guess what, y'all? I'm going after Brian Broaddus next. Y'all feel me? Y'all see me with Jeff. I'm going after Brian Broaddus next. He's the next that I'm going after. He gonna be on here next. Yeah, I said it. I spit it in the air. I'm throwing my hands up. Hey, ho, I'm throwing my hands up because Brian Broaddus is next. And guess what? We're gonna have him. I don't know how, when, but he gonna be on here next. I'm speaking in the air, and we're gonna talk about him too. My girl over here laughing. What the hell you saying? Hey, Jeff, I say, hey, you better get off here, Jeff. Now go home and do your math stuff. I don't need your little side stuff typing now. You better stop that. I don't need your little side stuff typing, okay? We ain't gonna do that over here, okay? Now, I'm talking loud, that wifey running, but when I turn this computer off, I run this, okay? Big Game James is the man, and she know it, but she runs it. Let her do it. But anyway, we're going to try to get Brian on here. We're going to keep on bringing this fire. I'm going to bring Jeff back on because we want to talk about the mid-round picks, those guys, those gems that nobody talks about. That's what we want to have on here. I appreciate everybody who jumped into the feed. I appreciate the love on the donation. Donation! You can give another one if you want before I get off here. You can if you like because we was popping bottles today, and I really appreciate y'all. But, and one last thing before we get off here. What the hell? How does Drew Pearson not get in the Hall of Fame? Just like 5 minutes. How the hell does Drew Pearson not get in the Hall of Fame? I posted something where I didn't see the numbers, but when I seen his numbers matched up with Lynn Swann, and Lynn Swann shouldn't be in there. I don't care. Lynn Swann got in there because he was the feel-good story. He was a nice guy, whatever. He was on TV, ABC, doing the games. Starworth was killing it more than Lynn Swann, dog. Are you serious? Drew Pearson? All 70s decade team, the only member from the all 70s decade team to not be in there? You're crazy. Hey, oh, $10 holla from Ron Smith. And I appreciate you, dog. I appreciate you because you know why I appreciate you, Ron? You know why I appreciate you, Ron? Because we talked, and I'm not going to say what we talked about Ron the Don, but we talked, and you came in and said, I got you, Big Dang. I got you, BGJ. What? You thought because what, you gave me the wrench I was going to slip up? You thought I was going to come weak? That's what Ron the Don said to me, babe. Ron the Don said, what, you thought I was going to come weak? Nah. Bat. I appreciate you, big dog. But how the hell does Drew Pearson not get in the Hall of Fame? And you know what really hurt me the worst? Was that he had it on TV. And to see his reaction going through that really just pissed me off. What? Is Jeff still in there? Jeff, go home. Donation. I will show you my one dance. Can you see it? Let me see it. Let me see if you can see it. I'm gonna show you the dance. This is what my little girls be showing me. This is what they be doing. That's that new dance. That's that new dance. I showed you. I'm not gonna do it no more. That's the new dance. I showed you it. I don't know what they call it. What do they call it, babe? The floss. That was the floss. So just so you know, I did the floss dance for the donations. So there you go, Jeff. Now leave me alone and go do your math stuff and bye. Okay? Drew Pearson, get this man in the Hall of Fame. That man was pissed, and rightfully so. And you know who else needs to be in there? Cliff Branch. Hey, ho. What? What? See, I'm not going to yell because people were saying, hey, you was yelling going hard last night doing all that yelling on the tube. I don't want to hear all that yelling. Well, guess what? I'm happy. Hey, oh, 999 holla from my dog, Law Nation. And you know why he can donate? Because he get money. I appreciate you, dog. I love you for life. I appreciate you, big dog. He said, you on my mind, holla. We all know about the hollers. You know what? I don't even work at this cell phone place no more, but I'm going to tell you right now, when I got him on the hollers, I said, you know what? I just sold a $200 holler phone. You know what he said after that? Y'all know what he said after that? He said, hey, whatever phones you need, I'll get you. Do you need them $200 hollers? I got $100 hollers, $200 hollers, $300 hollers. So guess what? It's the holla, dollar over here at Big Game James. So hey, oh, Stelios 300 with the $10 holla. Drew Pearson is and always the all-time favorite receiver in the 1970 Dallas Cowboys. Hell yeah. Let me tell you one last thing. When Drew Pearson was playing, when I was a little kid, I used to take my 88 jersey and I said, you know what? I'm going to kill y'all today. I just watched Drew Pearson catch 3 touchdowns in this game, and I'm putting on the jersey in the backyard, and couldn't nobody guard me. Whenever I put his jersey on, couldn't nobody guard me. Get this man in the Hall of Fame. That's a shame on y'all that y'all let these other guys in, and this man put in work. Get Drew Pearson and Cliff Branch from the Oakland Raiders. Cliff Branch was a dog. I love that little one-bar head, the one-bar face mask that he had, and he had number 21. Nobody had number 21 back in the day except like Lance Allworth back in the day, 17. Nobody had 21. That 21 was nasty. You feel me? 21 Savage. He was like 21 Savage. You feel me? So you got to get Cliff Branch, and you better get Drew Pearson in there next year. And this is why I'll say I can see them in there because think about it. Remember Art Monk? Art Monk took a long time before he got in that Hall of Fame, and I don't know why, but they finally got him in. So they need to do the same damn thing with Drew Pearson and Cliff Branch. Stop playing around. Get him in there. That's what it is. So with that being said, thank y'all for the great show. Thank you, Jeff Cavanaugh, for the great show. Thank you for your insight, all that good stuff. And we're going to have that popping again. But I'm going to be out of here because I got to eat some food. My stomach is rumbling. And have me a little burr. For all y'all don't know, that's beer. B-E-E-R. But we call it burr over here. We don't call it beer. We call it burr over here. Okay? So I got to finish my burr. I'm going to eat my food, and then I'm going to sit there and have a good day, and then we're going to try to make some other things happen. But I appreciate everybody who jumped in the feed. I love y'all very much. Thank you for all the love. I'm sorry if I didn't get to answer any questions from other people, but guess what? It's hard working the ones and twos when you got to look at this and looking at that and doing this and doing that. But trust me, I was looking at everybody in the feed. Thank you very much. We're going to have some more fire interviews coming up. That's what we do over here. We do interviews. We get them guys. Ain't that right, babe? We get the guys over here. We don't get the rap. We get the guys. So we're going to get another guy over here. We're going to get insight. You feel me? And we're going to make that roll. So keep on supporting Silver and Blue Nation. Big Game James, like support. And I was going to start a GoFundMe today, but wifey didn't bring me the knowledge and didn't bring me the info like I told her early in the morning. Because guess what? I told y'all need to get me to Las Vegas. or Nevada, wherever the hell it's at, draft April 23rd to the 25th. I need y'all to get me there because I'm tired of paying my own way the last 2 years. And Boothang would tell you, I paid a lot of it too. Boothang would tell you, I paid it too. All right, Boothang, you paid it too. You did. You been there. You paid it. But guess what? We've been paying out of pocket for the last 2 years to drafts, training camps, games, all the hoopla out of our own pockets. Can y'all help me, please? Go fund me. We gonna start one. Get me to the draft, y'all, please. That's all I gotta say. Get me and Boothang to the draft so I can get y'all fire coverage. Period. Let that marinate. I love y'all. We'll see y'all. And I had a great time. I appreciate y'all. And I'm out. Big Game James, Silver and Blue Nation. You know how we do. I'm your Cowboys deodorant. Put me on, baby. Put me on, baby. And I'm going to make some deodorant. It's going to have Big Game James right there on the deodorant. And then whenever you think about Cowboys, you're just going to rub it on your underarms. You're going to be thinking about me all the time. Dang. Ooh, I see a lot of fire. Hell yeah, Ron. I seen the last damn donation, dog. I said donation. I feel you. Can't slap me with $10 and smack him in my face like you was a pimp or something. Right? Huh? I feel you. But, hey, let me get out of here because I got to eat some food. Thank y'all very much for the great show today. Thank y'all very much. I had a great time with y'all. Sorry I didn't give no shout-outs, but it was a crazy day today. We'll be back on maybe tomorrow. We'll see what's going on. But just keep on liking and subscribing to Silver and Blue Nation on Facebook, on the YouTube, on the Instagram, on the Twitter, all that. Go, like, support. We're trying to go from here to here, and I can only do it with you guys. So let's make it happen. Silver and Blue Nation, Big Game James. I'm out.